Hey there, Shadi Bazzi here, and welcome to another episode of the Top Listing Agent Show. Today I have I'm gonna say a great example for the real estate industry for what is possible for each and every single one of you guys, regardless of where you're at in the country. I've heard a little bit about her story. Actually, the way I heard about her story is from some of my personal one-on-one coaching clients will come to me and say, hey, have you heard of Rima? She's doing wonderful things. And I started to, do a little bit of digging. I saw how consistent she is. I think the most thing that attracted me to her wasn't just so much about all the wonderful things that she's doing in the real estate industry, but who she is as a person, who she is as a contributor to other people. And I was like, why don't we bring her on the show and have her contribute to our wonderful Top Listing Agent audience? So Rima, welcome to the Top Listing Agent Show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here on the show, and I'm excited to what we're going to share today and contribute to everybody who's watching.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for that. And why don't we begin by you telling the world, who you are and how awesome you are? Like, give us a little bit about your journey and all that good stuff.
Well, how awesome I am. I don't know how awesome I am, but I'm going to tell you a little bit. I live in the LA County in Santa Clarita Valley. I've been in the real estate world since 2006, 2007. I started when everybody was leaving real estate. I don't know if you remember the crash and all the craziness that happened. I just left a job and dived into this business, not knowing actually with the unknown and the certainties that was happening in the market back in the days. And I had so many second thoughts of leaving and getting a job, but I hang tight. I was surrounded with great mentor, people who pushed me and believed in me. And I believe in this business, anytime you start in any market, you need that person. And you mentioned contribution when we started, and I'm big person and believer in contribution, because no matter where you at in life, personally and professionally, you had someone to get you there. And to succeed on a high level, you have to contribute. So 2006, 2007, I started slow. I think my first year I did 11 transactions, and back in the days, my price point was, in my market, was 120,000. I dived into the short sale, REO. I learned a lot in the first 2-3 years, did not make much money, but again, I was consistent. I wanted to thrive in market that everybody was leaving. And I was a solo agent up until 2019. My team started organically, honestly. I never thought I would have a team. I did not want a team. I was like a control freak. I wanted to control my transactions. I wanted the only one to talk to my clients. And there was one guy came to me. I was at Keller Williams still at that time. And he said, I wanted to join you. I'm like, I don't have a position for you. I don't have a team. I don't know what we're going to do together. So he insisted, and he's like, I want to shadow you and just learn from you. I said, you know what? Let's give it a shot. And 2 weeks later, same story. Another agent came to me, and the same story happened all over again. And I had two guys, which I had no systems. I had no plans for them, but we dived in and start figuring things out together. And now 3-4 years later, 2.5 years later, I have a team of 12 people. Wow. 7. Yeah. We have between staff and agents, and we're growing. We're failing. Every day you learn something new, and you fail. Nobody's perfect. I'm not saying my organization is perfect, but we are working with the imperfection and trying to perfect each and every day the best way we can.
Yeah, Rima, I love the way you think. And, something that one of my mentors told me a long time ago is get it going, then get it right. It's almost never, ever going to be perfect. But the thing is, you just got to get it going. And obviously for you to be attracting people to, just come to you and say, hey, I want to be part of your team, you were obviously doing something right. And just so I have an idea, at that time, what kind of production were you doing? Like how many deals were you doing like in 2019 as your team began to build?
I was doing actually my business kind of started booming I wouldn't say booming, but I went from one place to kind of like seeing that major climb in my business in 2013. And from 2013 to 2019, I was doing anywhere from 42 to 68 transactions as a solo agent. And I was honestly leaving a lot of business on the table because you can service so many buyers, you can service so many sellers when you are a one-man show. So up to the year that I started having my team was nothing less than 55 transactions.
55 transactions. And what will you do this year? What are you pacing on for?
200 transactions, 200 units. That's the goal for this year. We did 107 last year. We did over $1 million in GCI, and we're gonna double everything this year. That's the goal.
All right, so to our audience, pay attention, because obviously she's doing something right. And you know me, and what I do on this show is I'm gonna go inside her head and I'm gonna extract all the great knowledge that you can apply in your business and take your business to the next level. So Rima, in doing a little bit of research on you, there was one thing that I saw that totally impressed me, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that. And it was your YouTube channel. I mean, I went on your YouTube channel and you have like over 400 videos.
Yes.
And I was like, how many real estate agents got like 40 videos? 10%, not many. And you obviously adapted in terms of like your brand in your marketing and, the way that we market in today's age and time, not like just so much old school. So I'm curious to find out, what would you say to someone that's not actually using video marketing right now?
Well, I mean, it took me, let's go back for my videos. It took me a long time to kind of get comfortable with myself to do videos. We always judge ourselves, judge the way we look, judge the way our hair looks. I have an accent, if you haven't noticed. I've always thought like people, they're not gonna like my accent. But this is who you are. This is the person you are, and you have to get over that fear. And I see it over and over again. Now in our age, anybody, like especially new people that they wanna work with you, what the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna go search you online. This is exactly what you did to find me and find who I am, what I'm all about. You found out so much about me, not even talking to me. We never talked before. So you kind of investigated me before you even talked to me. And this is the same thing, everyone in every profession, not in just real estate. When somebody really interested in you and when somebody really wants to work with you, they're gonna go and search you or who you are. What's your brand? What's your style? I'm not for everybody, and I do not want to be for everyone, which is totally fine. So people are gonna find out firsthand from my videos, from my social media, if I'm the one for them or not. And this is reality. The paper advertisement, what we used to do in the old days, yes, it still works. We always have to go to the basic, but now we have to top and excel and do what's working for a lot of people. And a lot of people are killing it on videos. I feel sometimes I'm not doing enough videos. And don't get me wrong, I'm not, up until this point, I'm not that comfortable with videos. It's like, shoot, I have to shoot a video today. But it is the consistency. It is the mindset. It is something working for you. And I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. I do videos in all aspects of my life. I do videos, motivational videos. I do videos for real estate, educational videos, contributing to other agents, because this is who I am. And honestly, when I put stuff out there, I do it with all my heart. If I don't feel like shooting a video, I don't just pretend, because I want to be as authentic as possible, because you have to know that people feel it from your voice, from the way you sound. from your energy, even if they're just watching you, they can feel the energy that you are projecting out there. So
yeah,
videos are amazing.
Yeah, I love the way you think, and a couple of things I got out of like watching your videos. It's like I really got to know who you are as a person. Because look, at the end of the day, what the video does is it lets people into your life, and then they get to choose whether they want to work with you or not. And all of a sudden, the people that are showing up are the right people for you that you enjoy working with, and they're going to enjoy working with you, etc. I saw videos on you, for fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, market reports, tips, motivation. And it's not like just one kind of video, just listed, just sold, and etc. And I think that's what people want nowadays. They don't want to just work with the name tag, the company, this company or that company. They want to work with the individual.
Yeah.
Something you said is like, hey, I don't get super excited about doing a video. I still get nervous, etc. Obviously, there's some mental toughness there that just gets you to do it. Like, what is the process that you go through to just stay consistent and taking action and not be held up in the mindset of like fear and doubt? What is your process? What do you do? How do you show up like that?
Well, I have a schedule for my videos, and as much as I can, because if it's not on the schedule, it doesn't exist. Yep. And human beings, they procrastinate. And I was that person, and sometimes I still do. But if you have to put it on your schedule and you have to be ready, like have a plan, have a schedule of what you are going to talk about, whether you want to talk about fitness or you want to talk about your real estate journey or whatever business anybody's in, just have that layout of what's going to happen so you can have that structure. You cannot just turn on the camera, like what I'm going to talk about today. Or if you have an ideas, like sometimes I go to seminars or I'm listening to YouTube or I'm in my car listening to my Audible and something like just clicks. It's just I park and I write it down because it's a great idea. It's an amazing thing for a video that I can put it out there that can benefit people. So just have that awareness that whatever it's benefiting you and you're taking in, it's going to benefit someone else. And again, come from place of contribution, and people like attracted to me because of my energy, because of my contribution, because of everything that I'm putting out there. I've gained friends, I've gained buyers, I've gained sellers, I've gained other real estate agents. And like you mentioned, it's a mindset. It's a mindset that, and if that fear that we all fearing to come over and stop judging ourselves the way we look or sound, or if people's gonna like us or not gonna like us. People gonna like you. I mean, you're the same person when you go in front of them. It's not gonna make you any difference when you are behind camera. So get over that, and whoever does not like you, that's okay. You can live with it.
Right. So much people are so much in their head and like, do I look right? Do I am I gonna sound right? What am I gonna talk about, etc. The concept is to just simply get it going, then get it right. That's the best advice that I can give for somebody. And I think that's exactly what you did. And if we watch, your first, 20, 30 videos compared to your videos right now, I'm sure there is a difference because you put in the reps, you put in the work, and you just naturally and automatically, continue to get better and better and better.
Yeah. And what the beauty about it is when I used to do videos, I used to rewatch myself. And again, I used to judge myself. Oh, I don't sound good. Oh, I did not say this right. Oh, I messed up on this one. And now I don't even rewatch. I shoot and let's put them out there. Done is better than perfect. My done will outweigh your perfect.
I love that, Rima. And I used to be the same exact way myself. I'd watch a video like, oh man. And then what would happen is people will say, that's like your best video. It's like the one that I was very critical about myself. People would say, oh my God, I love that video, etc. And so guys, just get over it and get into action. Now you talked about batch recording. So you're obviously batch recording. You pick a day, put it on a schedule. That's your day. However, you've done the preparation, you've come up with topics, whether it's from, whatever, somebody you talk to, etc. I want to give our audience a tip real quickly, okay? Here's what I'm going to say. I want you to just log in the questions that your buyers are asking you on a daily basis, log in the questions that your sellers are asking you on a daily basis, because you already have the answer. And the answer to every single question is a video topic. It's a video topic. And then think to yourself, what questions are buyers not asking that they should be asking? What questions should sellers be asking that they're not asking? Write them down. And then again, if you do that, you will come up with easy 20 right away. And for the rest of you that just don't want to put in the thought process and you just want the easy peasy questions and video topics, send me an email or send me a direct message on my social media or through the podcast, and I will go ahead and send you a copy of the top 20 buyer questions and seller questions that you could record videos on. How's that? Rima want that? No.
Amazing.
Awesome. All right. I got some questions that I wrote down right here. I was watching one of your podcasts and where you were being interviewed by, I think it's your videographer, your marketing guy. And you had asked him a question, and the question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And he didn't answer the question right away. And, for Rima to go from, like getting in the business at a time where everybody was getting out of the business, and then, taking yourself through that, and all of a sudden, here we are, 10, 15 years later, you're doing 200 transactions with a team of 12 people. Maybe you didn't see that back then. And now that you're seeing the big pictures, you're around mentors, you're around big thinkers, and you're into personal development, all that good stuff. I'm curious to find out, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I want to see a team of 20
Okay.
productive agents. I would really like to see myself out of production, just overseeing my team. I'm working on 2-3 other companies. I would like to grow those companies. I cannot announce it yet because it's still a work in progress. And just help other people grow, help my organization grow, and have fun together in the process.
So what I recognize in your statement here, in your vision, that it's not about you.
It will be boring if it was.
It's in the beginning, maybe it was all about you, but now I'm picking up, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the vision is not just about you, it's about others.
100%, yes. It gets to a point in your life, it gets boring and lonely. Yes, you might be making lots of money, but there is no fulfillment. And once you get to that level, every one of us has to look what's next. Some people, the next is just leaving the business. And I've seen it happen to so many people. They were making a lot of money. A lot of people, they left, and everybody was questioning, like, wow, they were making good money. What happened? It gets to a point that you are not fulfilled. Burnout happen, and you have to find something that makes you happy to keep moving and growing others. And I found it with my team.
And you know what, Rima, you're absolutely right, because I've personally been on over 30,000 one-on-one coaching calls with agents from all over the country. And I cannot tell you how many people reach that point to where it's no longer about the money. They're just not happy and they're just not fulfilled. And they're looking for an exit strategy to exit the business. And I've seen people walk away from like phenomenal businesses. So how does one find fulfillment? Where do they begin to look? I know that's all the hard questions.
That is a hard question, a great question. You have to look within. You have to look within yourself, and you have to make yourself happy first. I'm a strong believer you have to take care of you. Some will say you're selfish, but it's okay to be selfish. For the longest time in my life, it was all about others, and still about others, don't get me wrong, but I just neglected myself and I lost that space. It's like what Rima wants. What makes Rima happy first, so she can make others happy. So when I took a step back, looking at myself and what I need to do in the Rima way, what makes Rima, like so many people judge me like, I'm sure you watch me. Sometimes I'm up at 2:30. I'm at the gym at 3:30. I mean, it makes me happy. A lot of people, they think I'm crazy, but it makes me happy. So whatever that, I'm not saying get up and go to the gym at 3 o'clock, but whatever you see, that happiness, that fulfillment, that you feel like you are kind of flourishing in a way that honestly, I cannot explain it, because sometimes I go to gym so early, I have so much energy. The other day I was sharing with a friend, tears start coming through my eyes, and they said like, why you're like tearing up? I'm like, I don't know, I have such a great sense of gratitude about life. And when you start feeling that, that's when you start seeing fulfillment in your life. It's never about the money. Success is not about the money. It's about what are you doing in your life for yourself and for others to get to a place that you are smiling from inside.
I love it. I love your use of the word selfish. Like, you're selfish. Your way of being selfish is to become selfless. Because the more that you take care of yourself, the more that you can take care of others. Because then a better version is showing up, not only for yourself, but it's showing up for your family, it's showing up for your clients, it's showing up for your colleagues, it's showing up for your community. And that when people really get that that's who you are, then you become like a magnet. They're drawn to you. And then life and everything else becomes easy. Now, so don't wake up at 2:30 and go to the gym. No, I'm messing with you. If you choose to. I got clients that wake up that early and go to the gym and do all the crazy things. I was one of those people. Okay. So I want to go back to the word schedule, because we talked about the schedule and you batching videos. Like, do you operate out of a daily schedule to operate your business on a daily basis? Like, are you like every hour in the hour, you know exactly what you're doing?
Yes, again, I have a schedule.
Can you walk us through like a day in the life of Rima?
I'm sorry?
Can you walk us through like a day in the life?
It's hectic. Yeah, I get up. Like I said, I get up. I mean, most days it's 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. I meditate, coffee. I'm at the gym, my personal trainer 3 days a week, 4 a.m. The other days it's at 4:45 with the group training. Between that time, of course, shower, breakfast. I am at the office at 8 a.m. I have 2-3 coaching calls throughout the week. Usually they are scheduled 8 a.m. After that, I am following up on whatever I need to follow up on, whether it's agents or clients, sellers, buyers, and then prospecting for, I don't prospect as much as I used to, but I do an hour a day. And after that, I set appointments anywhere from lunchtime to 3 o'clock. It's appointment time. And after that, following up again, whether it's real estate agents, because I am bringing more talents to my team. So I am prospecting for that as well, meeting other agents all the time. And I just became a grandma 3 months ago. So I try to spend, yeah, thank you. I try at least to spend three evenings a week with my granddaughter for at least an hour and a half, couple hours.
I love that. I love that. So when you talk about prospecting, that's like music to my ears, because that's like the topic nobody wants to talk about. Now, so during the AM hours, you're prospecting. Who do you prospect? Who do you call?
I don't do cold calling anymore, but I do have a huge database. Like I mean, I've been in the business for a long time. We have a huge database. Mostly, I personally target my past clients and my sphere, and again, other real estate agents other talents that I'm trying to attract to my team. So with me, it's a combination of clients prospect and agents prospect, because what I am heading in my business, where I'm heading in my business. So yeah, but my database is everything to me personally.
Yeah, and that's the right way to think, because the database is the most neglected system in the real estate industry. Everybody's all about getting a transaction, and then after the transaction, they disappear, they're gone.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on the current market situation right now? What's your projections? What are your thoughts? What do you think is going to happen?
That's the golden question. Everybody's asking that question. My personal opinion, just like I'll be sitting with any buyers or any sellers, we are in one of the craziest markets of all times. We have low inventory, high demand. Interest rates are going higher and higher, which we all know that. A lot of buyers that they're buying now, they tell us like, what if the market crash? Well, we have to look at what's really happening in the real estate world. Even though a lot of factors are taking place, but looking at what we have, the inventory that we are far behind any shift in the market anytime soon. Now, I'm not saying there won't be an adjustment, and I'm not saying that probably will go slow or flat for a while. But I mean, everybody's talking about the short sale, foreclosures. Oh my God, we're gonna get flooded with inventory. In my opinion, I don't see that happening. I just picked up 2 investments myself at market value within the last 4 months. I believe on what I preach. I believe in my product. I will buy another house tomorrow, another investment property tomorrow. So honestly, I believe we're gonna stay strong for at least another 18, 24 months. When COVID hit, everybody thought that the market's gonna crash and we're gonna be, and look what happens. And I mean, we have no inventory. I mean, I'm in the Santa Clarita Valley and there is 130 properties on the market. In the Antelope Valley, we have 530 homes on the market. Nothing. Like, where the crash is gonna happen? How? It's just, I mean, I don't see it. That's my personal opinion.
Right, and Rima, if it does happen, does it really matter?
It doesn't. We have so much equity on our homes. And if you're purchasing a home today to live in it, you're not gonna go wrong because you're paying rent anyways.
Exactly.
And if you're purchasing a property and it's giving you a little bit of cash flow as an investment and you have a tenant in there that's paying, you're not going to go wrong because you're building appreciation and you are becoming a landlord, an investor, and putting that money in real estate today. It's the safest place to be. We're all seeing what's happening to the stock market. We're all seeing what's happening around the world. There's no better investment than real estate. And gold, I would say, if you can buy gold.
Okay. Always have been the best place to invest your money is in real estate. And at the end of the day, you know, you can't control what the market is going to do because the market is going to do exactly what it's going to do, and keep the focus on what you got to do to keep you afloat and thriving, and then you will not really be impacted. And for those of you that are not working your database, you might get impacted. But because you've built the database, you're really not going to be impacted because you already have your tribe. You have the people that like you and trust you that will continue to work with you and refer your business. Another word that showed up, Rima, you said, I believe in myself and I believe in my product. And I cannot tell you how many people flat out fake that they believe in themselves, when in reality, they don't believe in themselves. And I think one of the greatest gifts that I've been blessed with is helping people tap into their inner soul, their inner being, to wake up that child that lives inside of them that used to believe in possibility in everything, and bringing that back to life. How did you always have that belief in you to get to where you're at right now? Or is that something that you worked on developing? And what did you do to develop such a strong belief system? Because it shows up in your character. It shows up in the way that you speak. It shows up your confidence. Like, you know, I could like just see it in you.
No, I worked on myself a lot. I mean, I've read a lot of books. I've gone through a lot of coaching. Right now, I have 1, 2, 3 coaches for business. I have 1 for fitness. People, we are so, I shouldn't say limited-minded, but I'm going to say limited-minded of, especially coaches. Like, we feel that coaches are expensive. Hell yeah, they are expensive. But look at the most successful people in the industry. They have multiple coaches. That's how they made it. Football players, basketball players, athletes, real estate teams, agents. To make it in a higher level, you need those people. You need to surround yourself with the right people, with the right environment. You are who you surround yourself with. For the longest time, I felt that I was surrounded by the wrong people. Don't get me wrong, they weren't bad people, but they were people that they're not taking me to another place that I owe it to myself to go. So the minute I start surrounding myself with people who are doing it on a higher level, who are making it in a higher level, it's scary sometimes when I go and then, I'm in a room with agents who are closing 1,000 transactions. Like it's intimidating, but guess what? It is going to help you grow. Don't keep thinking small-minded. I do not want to be the biggest fish in the room. I want to be the smallest fish in the room. So when I chose to always surround myself with the highest people in our industry on all levels in life, not just in real estate, that's when I start seeing the changes, seeing the confidence, and seeing myself that I can go and accomplish things beyond my wildest dreams.
So coaching, which is mentorship, and you mentioned books. So you got 4 coaches right now. I mean, somebody would look at you and say that's a lot of coaching, and you're absolutely right. It is a lot of coaching, and it's a huge investment. However, this investment is an investment in the most important person, and that is you. And what a coach does, a coach basically sees the things that you can't see for yourself to show it to you, to be able to expand and grow at a faster rate. Obviously, I'm in the coaching industry, so I got to harp on this a little bit. If anybody's looking for a coach, I'm raising my hand and saying, I got room for like 1 or 2 more clients right now. So do reach out. Books. How often do you read?
I try to read every single day. I do a lot of Audible because we're driving a lot. Audible is my best friend, but I like the book feeling. So yeah, I'm either listening or reading on a regular basis.
Good. So I want 2 recommendations from you. I want 1 Audible book for someone to download and listen to on Audible, and 1 physical book. So basically 2 different books that had an impact on you somehow, some way, that our audience can get their hands on so they can have an impact as well.
Recently, I read What Happened to You. And this is a book that I recommend for everyone because it takes you so much deeper to think of why we act in a certain way, why we have certain habits. And it puts it in such a simple way that it's an amazing, amazing book. What Happened to You. Another book, I would say, You Cannot Hurt Me. David Goggins, You Cannot Hurt Me.
All right. I'm familiar with the David Goggins book. Haven't heard of What Happened to You, but it's definitely an interesting title. Now I'm going to pick that one up myself right now. And not only am I going to pick up the book, but I'm actually going to pick up the book. I'm going to, read the entire book. I'm going to dissect the heck out of the book. And we're recording this right now in March. In the month of April, I'll actually release a podcast episode where I actually review the entire book and give you all the nuggets that I got out of it.
Would love it. I love it.
So there you go. Hold me accountable.
Let's go.
Love it. Talking about holding you accountable, do you find yourself to be a person that needs accountability right now, or are you just like at a place to where you just go?
I'm human.
Uh-huh.
So I have these days that I feel I am unstoppable and I don't need anyone to hold me accountable. And I have those days that
leave me alone.
Yes. And those days that you need that accountability, those days when the 2:30 on Wednesday coaching call, when sometimes I do not want to talk to anyone and I force myself to be on that call, and that call can make a big difference that week, that day, that month, and what you're going through and what you're feeling through. So yeah, I mean, honestly, it's coaching's been amazing for me, and the people I choose to surround myself with. It's just been life-changing.
Fantastic. Rima, is there a question that you feel like I should have asked you today that I did not ask you that I should ask you right now?
I think you did a good job.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you as well too, and I'm glad we had the opportunity to do this interview and just share with everyone that look, anyone can be whoever they choose to be. Anyone can have anything that they want. It just takes you having to go on the inside and really identify what is that. Because Earl Nightingale talks about it in A Stranger's Secret. It says man has no challenge with reaching a goal. Man has a challenge with really identifying to what it is that they want and then sticking to the work plan to get it. Rima got in this business at a time where everybody was leaving. Here we are, 14, 15 years later, and she will close over 200 plus deals this year. In the next 5 years, she'll have a team of 20 people. And then some people will take a look at that and say, that's a lot of work. Damn it, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. If you want it, if you want to go for it, you got to grow for it. You got to read the books. You got to listen to the audios. You got to invest in mentorship. It doesn't matter, whether it's me or someone else. It could be your broker. Because Rima, I heard in one of your podcasts where you talked about a gentleman, and I'm sorry, I forgot his name. And you said, this gentleman said, hey, come shadow me. Come, learn from me. Like, can you talk a little bit about that? Because, sometimes it's not about just paying somebody.
Yeah, I believe that was at the beginning of my career, which is, I don't remember which podcast, which I need to go and rewatch that one. But yeah, at the beginning of my career, like I said, I gone into a place where everybody was kind of like not doing the business. And this gentleman, I was lost one day, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to write contracts, didn't know what the hell I was doing. And he's like, I see you lost, like, how can I help you? And he had a cubicle, I remember, in the old office. And he had me sit next to him, and he kind of like start showing me the contracts, we start writing contracts together, and we went on some buyer's appointments with him, listing appointments with him. And honestly, that person, I ended up partnering with him. And we stayed together for 3.5 years, and we did phenomenal job together. So, and I always say, even though I haven't seen him for a while, I don't know if he's still in the business, I owe it to that person because he was there for me and he held my hand. And no matter what happens down the road, if you remember who stood by you from day one, always be grateful for that. And pay it forward. We all need that person. You have to be that person now. So when a new agent joins me and they're lost, I kind of go back to that moment. It's like, it was never Rima knew everything. And I still do not know everything. Like people think that now I have the perfect world, the perfect organization, the perfect team. Nobody's perfect. No, we all make mistakes. We all have systems that they are failing. We're all trying to improve on a regular daily basis. And when we understand that and we pass through that and try not to be perfect, because life is not perfect, you're gonna be okay. Just keep going, and things gonna open up for you, because consistency is key. Once you're consistent, you're not gonna decide to lose 10 pounds and keep, one day you go on a nice diet and the second day you eat a bucket of ice cream. Oh, I'm not losing weight. Yeah. You have to be consistent, and you have to give it time, and you have to give it effort.
Great final thoughts, Rima. 2 things. Number 1 is now you're paying it forward. And for our audience, if you can't, invest in a mentor right now, find a mentor within your company, within your community. There's a lot of people that will definitely, help you out the way this gentleman helped out Rima. And then, Rima, you are with EXP, and you are, and obviously, work with agents all over the country, etc. There might be somebody out there that is thinking to themselves, they either have a real estate referral for you, and or they're thinking about maybe getting involved in, a team, an organization like yours, if somebody wanted to reach out to you, how can they get a hold of you?
You can reach me to my phone, 661-236-8899, or my email, it's rima@therafehgroup.com. You can watch me or follow me all over social media, Rima Rafeh 1 for my Instagram, my Facebook, just like my name, Rima Rafeh, same thing with my YouTube, LinkedIn. Did I miss anything? I think I covered it all.
Yeah. So everyone, look, check this out. I want you to follow her on Instagram. I follow her on Instagram. Connect with her on Facebook. Subscribe to her YouTube channel. Watch the videos. She's already declared herself as a woman of contribution and is willing to help. If you are serious about taking your business to the next level and want to be in a conversation with Rima, definitely reach out. I highly endorse it. If you have a referral for Rima, a real estate transaction, send it her way. And I want you to share this video all over social media. I want you to give it a 5-star rating, and a positive review. And with that said, Rima, forever grateful for you taking the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.